Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another H-Man Parts 4 replay. Spawn on our right side as the Cyan Malians, we have Hotaru2407. Spawn as the English opposition, we have Galgtonold. Galgtonold. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Let's go and just fast forward a little bit, because of course we've got the first early eco phase. We've got sheepies right there. And over here, we've got more sheep and lumber being collected. We do have these housing here, as well as a mine pit. So I guess one of the things in the Malians is they deploy out mine and passively generate gold. I'm not familiar with the Malians exactly. Gold extraction rate of open mine pits is increased by 30% for each house or mining camp filled with an influence. Interesting. So it's passive and does get improved by nearby housing. So that gives a bit more of like a landing theme. We've got the Council Hall military landmark, which I believe is a longbowman landmark. Over here, we've got a early defensive landmark right here, trying to secure this, perhaps the gold and the secret site, as well as a relic. Looks like two scouts did find each other. Nope, they're speaking foreign at least. Stone being collected at a pretty good rate for blue right now. He's maybe eyeing something early. Not in his feudal age now. But he's collected a lot of gold. He must be eyeing something. No lumberyard just yet. And another town center. That's what's going on there. Another housing around this mine pit. He's going to try to clear out the forest around it to get some more housing around. We also got a good amount of housing around this mine pit immediately as well. Also, and that's another reason why he probably went for this defensive landmark, just to protect these housing. Oh, I just realized something. Mongols must love fighting against these players, since they have housing around these mining pits all across the map. It looks like got a bit of aggression here. Got some early warrior scouts. And I saw some arrows. I probably was just the town center, however. I can assume the Mongols would love fighting against the Malians. Get a lot of raiding, and actual get raiding done. Got one military member to 3 military members. It's still the scout versus these 3 warrior scouts. Warrior scouts are making their advance. They're going to throw some torches in this house. Looks like they do some decent damage there. I don't see any more military units whatsoever from either player. Do got some military units over here. There's got the Fambia garrison going on up for Cyan. You got the barracks, regular barracks for blue. There's the age up military landmark. I don't know what that provides. And now we've got the white tower being pulled on out. That's pretty close to each other. I wonder if either player goes for a springboard or gets in range of each other. Does throw some arrows there from town center. He does get in and out that town center right there. Of course, we got the mill here. The English has a bonus with the mills, increase the harvest rate by age. So farming is a bit more efficient for the English. And now we do have the white tower deployed now, immediately throwing arrows onto the house. That will eventually do some economic damage there. Now looks like he's actually mining the mining pit. Am I mistaken, or does mine pit? It has to generate some passive income here, because this was not being touched at the moment. Yep. So he's going aggressive mining in the front air line and keeping this back line gold mine safe and protected. Down south, there's another gold mine here, and there is a one right here and up here. This map's relatively symmetrical. You got 2 mining camps on the flank, but both players want to go for the higher yield central one, because that's 8,000 gold, and this looks like, yeah, 4,000 gold. So both sides want to secure their mining forward mine. Though mostly just Cyan at the moment. He's trying to quickly claim it so he can abandon the center, if that makes any sort of sense. Always gives an opportunity to ban the center. Both players have Castle Age, still no additional military moves. We do now have a monk on the build queue. I can try to grab this relic and maybe the sacred site, but the sacred site should be protected. The relic should not be protected. You can always try throwing, get some more longbowmen or crossbowmen, throw them inside the garrison for more arrows. The house is now on fire. Also, I've got the 3 warrior scouts advancing forward. Veteran warrior scouts. It's not the sacred sites is trying to be captured right there. Down south, we got the warrior scouts advancing forward and does find the villager right there and will potentially stab her. Apparently 3 warrior scouts can 2-shot a villager. That's actually a good number to keep in mind of. And now you got a monk here with trying to go with a monastery now. You could try a conversion there, but likely will get overran. One relic is in, but the monastery itself is under siege. He's need to get out some defense. We do got looks like a pair of knights somewhere. There's at least one knight, one scout, monk, and some hardened spearmen. Looks like got more and more spearmen trying to make their way to protect this monastery. And it looks like one of the spearmen did go down right there, rolling on the ground in pain. But we do now have some javelins. Those spearmen do go down to the javelins and to the not knights, warrior scouts. We do also have some of these monks being taken out by blue by these knights. We have some more spearmen advancing forward, and they're hitting the javelin throwers. One of the javelin nope, only one of the javelin throwers go down. There are 2 relics inside this monastery as well, but not a lot of defense or response being produced. The monastery is now on fire, and the villagers are just trying to collect some more gold and resources. Does take out that monastery. The relics, of course, have been ejected. We do have more javelin throws advancing forward, and now have a counterweight trebuchet deployed on the field. White Tower is now trying to get some repairs. And Science is still making some good advances into Blue's base. Blue is not producing a whole lot, just moving some more spearmen, which of course are nice, but they can only do so much. Now the house goes down, and the javelin throwers will find some of these villagers now. Right now, Blue does have a superior number of villagers, 66 to 45. Blue has a mixed force advancing forward now. No longbowmen either. He's playing English and no longbowmen? This is heresy. Large number of veteran warrior scouts now deployed now. More reinforcing javelin troops. Does have a decent army. Knights are, of course, heavy cav. And warrior scouts are, of course, a light cav. Light range infantry. Are javelin throwers, are they comes with ranged armor, anti-range specialists, increased weapon range? That may be one reason why he's not going for those what's it called? Longbowmen, since these are anti-range specialists. I'm trying to pull up the stats on them, or I just need a highlight, don't I? Here we go. They do +8 versus range, so they do 19 versus range. Okay, that's why he's not going for longbowmen. Has a decent range, attack speed, armor, has 6 range armor as well. Alright, so he's trying to not be countered by the already deployed out counter field. That makes a bit more sense. Another monster, of course, has been built. The relics have not been claimed. He's trying to go for a monk. He's got this force over here. Has a good number of knights. Warrior scouts are anti-scout, anti-siege. But so far the heavy knights are not countered by anything but except by these fresh veteran Donzo, which are a anti-cavalry specialist with spears. So now his opponent has a bit more room to work and counter Blue's force because he was being a little bit too timid thanks to these nearby these Donzo. Another monastery does in fact go down, of course. This castle is under siege by the trebuchet. He's so far not deployed out any sort of count. He's not been producing enough military, simply put. He can mix in some longbowmen right now to have long enough range support and hit these Donzo. Donzo do only have 2 ranged armor, so a handful of longbowmen would not hurt. And now the White Tower is on fire. He has backed off that region, going for another monastery. And now she's going to try to repair the White Castle now. We do have a mining camp going up here for the stone. We do got some spring gold to both sides, but Cyan has a superior number of spring golds. Overall, Cyan's just doing a great job in taking control of the game. Got a line of palisade walls going on now. Is my local stream going? Yeah, she said my preview on my other screen always have bit trouble. That's why my other computer going. Oh, that villager ate a bunch of javelins. Wait, can the Donzos switch between javelins and will periodically throw javelins to nearby targets? So it's a hybrid infantry unit. Oh, that unit is quite interesting. So it has a free javelin throw also often, which can give it some good alpha damage. So that's the actual javelin throw as well. The White Tower is almost fully repaired now. Kind of waits trebuchets. Now there's 2 of them. Got the spring golds firing forward. We do have some crossbowmen. Javelin throwers are light infantry. The Donzos are light infantry, so it doesn't really need crossbows for damage. Longbow should just work fine. Javelins are making their way forward. Gets a good hit there onto these crossbowmen. I see a lot of overkill on those crossbowmen. Does throw some javelins into one of the villagers as well. Knights will find a way forward. Was unable to close the distance there onto those javelins. Screen calls now firing away against the coal outpost. Trader and trade ships that pass by the toll outpost is to provide a resource based on the amount carried. Huh. Another White Tower almost going down again. More villagers going down. Still only a handful of knights. And Blue's not building any more military force anymore. Nor is Cyan. And the White Tower almost went down right there. It's trying to fire away. Does not have the spring gold upgrade to engage the spring golds. And I think Blue just ran out of stone there. Or he had a bit of stone there, but trying to collect some more stone now. Sign some advanced order of his forces. Some mangonels wouldn't be half bad for Blue. I think that's what he should be getting out, some mangonels. There's a lot of tight group infantry units. You also now have some veteran archers, light ranged. We got 4 counterweight trebuchets and looks like 5 spring golds. A lot of siege there, so mangonels are probably really not an option. We do now have the sacred site being captured. There's only 1 sacred site on this map. So this is more or less a King of the Hill map as well. And one person just needs to lock that area down and win the game. Mining camp has been fully cleaned up. We do have now the massive engagement here. Spears are gauging each other. Warrior scouts trying to go for flank, but does find some spears there. Got a large number of archers for Cyan. Looks like it's overall better for Cyan. He's not currently firing out with his spring golds to help out. Blue does have a single monk here for repairs, and some spring golds do fire some arrows bolts into those warrior scouts. Looks like Blue is going to come out slightly ahead over Cyan. Spring golds now starting to fire, overkilled 1 of the crossbowmen. And looks like Blue will eke out ahead. Does so has 1 knight in the mix. Does go down now. And looks like Blue's going to be backing on off. Overall, I think Blue won, but it was not a great victory. Cyan does have a larger military than his opponent, but has more or smaller military, but does have larger value in it. We also got some battery rams being poured out, made to draw some fire. Got a good number of spearmen, veteran crossbowmen. Sacred Sites only needs to be hold for another 9 more minutes. There's still plenty of time for other players to win the game. And now we've got the counter trebuchets now hitting down this keep. As you can always repair up the white tower as well, but we do have a keep over here. Battery rams can engage those keeps. Keep is now set ablaze. He did not get the castle network research. Mining camp down, but of course it's a minor loss. And that's the mills next. I'm not sure why there was a mill there, but either way the mill does go down. Blue's just maybe eyeing for some research. Armor clad gets increases range and melee armor of mana arms by 2. So maybe just trying to engage with heavy armor against the archers. Does he got 1 of the battery rams there? The battery ram does draw some fire, but needs to start hitting the castle now. Spring golds engaging Cyan spring gold. Both sides lost a spring gold. Blue just lost 2 of his spring golds. And we do have Blue's infantry now pushed away forward. It does have some mana arms. I don't know if they're actually upgraded whatsoever. By the way, Spearmen are getting some good hits there onto these warrior scouts. Archers still firing away. We got some melee damage. It looks like Cyan's force is being cleaned up. He's not really microing his archers away from this force. He may just want to throw some these archers inside that tower. Notice as well, there's some sort of poison effect in some of these units. He may have some sort of poisoned arrow. Actually, there's looks like some sort of extra effect here. Poisoned arrow deals initial 3 damage over 6 seconds. So 3 damage per second for 6 seconds. We got some veteran Musafai warrior. I'm not sure what those guys do. They're anti-heavy, so they're specialized versus the mana arms. But you got a good number of crossbows here. And it looks like now the villagers going to come forward trying to get rid of these battery rams. We got the counter-ward trebuchets going forward. Sacred Site has now been decaptured. And more of these Musafai warriors are advancing forward. Musafadi. Probably still butchering it. The castle's now on fire. He does have some villagers nearby for repairs, but it looks like he will be able to get the castle destroyed. The castle just goes down there, or the keep, I should say. More men-at-arms advancing forward. He does, of course, have counter support now. The crossbow drawing quite a bit of fire away from those men-at-arms. Blue's now going for this gold camp, trying to get all that gold. His opponent already claimed all that gold, so he didn't have to worry about it all too much. It looks like Blue is starting to eke out ahead in these engagements. He does have quite a bit of force now pushing way forward. There's also now some spearmen there as well. He's going to build up the keep. He could try to get the white tower to redeploy as well. And now here comes the battering rams. Veteran Boost of Fire trying to gauge this battering ram. It does take out that horseman as well. Actually, check horseman those. I don't think those are warrior scouts. More villagers coming forward with torches trying to deal with these rams. He has less villagers than his opponent. Second side is now being captured by Blue with his very, very wounded monk. We got another counterweight trebuchet right here. And trying to deal with this castle now. He's being upgraded to spring ball defense. More of these towns are going down, more reinforcing infantry needs to get pushed his way forward. I think the monk may have been killed off there. Because I don't see the monk anymore, maybe moved out of the circle. Looks like these horsemen are called Veteran Sofa. They are, it looks like anti-infantry. Man-armed swordsmen and spearmen are making their way forward. These people there on these archers overrunning them. Science losing a lot of force, and he's taking time to regroup behind this back line, but these military boats he has is over here. He may lose some of these cattle ranches. And it looks like that's the end of the replay. It looks like Sign has backed out the game. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.